You've provided huge sums of money in motivational speeches, workshops, how to get organized, seminars, conference calls to increase sales. Why don't these work? Why don't they last beyond a couple of days or a few hours at the very most? It's because they are attempting to cause behavioral change in the conscious mind that simply cannot be done. If you want to make behavioral change, you need to make it in the subconscious mind. Has it ever occurred to you that your people already know how to sell, but they just can't seem to do it? We were born with two fears: loud noises and falling backwards. Everything else, both good or bad, was learned. We were not born afraid of spiders, snakes, heights, sales calls, public speaking. These were acquired somewhere along the way. Now, we all have two minds. We have our conscious mind, where we have our verbal and math skills. But the powerful mind, the 90% stronger mind, is our subconscious. It's where we find our memory banks, our moods, our behavior, our habits, our creativity, our imagination, and these cognitive maps we were talking about. I want you to visualize your hand is stuck to your face. The harder you try to remove it, the more you can't, because your hand is stuck to your face. I'm going to take this man's hand and place it on top of his head. I want you to visualize that your hand is stuck to your head. Visualize your hand is stuck to your head. The harder you try to remove your hand, the more you cannot do it. I'm going to stick your hand to your chest. You're not going to be able to remove your hand from your chest because you have visualized that your hand is stuck to your chest. To this young lady and this young lady only, I'm going to stick your hand to your shoulder. I want you to visualize now that your hand is stuck to your shoulder. Visualizing that it is stuck to your shoulder. The harder you try to remove it, the more you cannot remove it. The harder you try, the more you cannot remove it. Try and remove your hand from your shoulder. Try harder yet. Relax. I want you to visualize that your hands are stuck, just like super glue, that your hands are stuck absolutely together. Cannot remove them. The harder you try, the more they will not release, because they are stuck together, because you have visualized they're stuck together. You have visualized they're stuck together with the most sticky super glue. The harder you try to remove them, the more they cannot come apart. The harder you try, the more they cannot. Okay, I'm going to release your hand from your head. It is now released from your face. You may place it on your lap. Your arm is like welded to your back, stiff and rigid as a bar of steel. Visualizing your arm is stiff and rigid as a bar of steel. Stiff and rigid, just like it's been welded to your back. Will not drop, cannot bring it down. Your arm is stiff and rigid as a bar of steel, absolutely welded to your back. Your arm is stiff and rigid as a bar of steel. Would you volunteer for a minute and try and push her arm down? What do you feel? Try and put his arm down. Would you mind imitating what these people are doing? Now do just what they're doing. Okay, now you see she's doing the same thing they're doing, plus she's got her back arched. She's got a good stance. She's gritting her teeth. Oh, you weren't ready. I got you at the wrong night. Let's try it again. Grit your teeth a little harder. Okay, sit down. You see in front of you here a cylinder. This is the densest, heaviest metal known to mankind. This little cylinder weighs 8,000 pounds. It is an 8,000-pound cylinder. You cannot lift it up. The harder you try, the more you can't lift it. The harder you try, the more you can't lift it. I would like you to stand up and maintain perfect balance and only try to lift that cylinder that weighs 8,000 pounds. Try harder. Harder you try, the more you can't lift it. Harder you try. You're not trying hard enough. Try harder. Try harder. Try harder. Try harder. Try harder yet. Come on, give it your best effort. Try harder. Harder you try, the more you can't do it. Try harder. You're not trying hard enough. Relax. Very good. You can let go of it. Could you lift that up for me, please? Now, I'm going to count to 3. You're going to open your eyes, and you'll notice that the top is off this bottle. I'm going to put this bottle in your left hand, and you're very thirsty, and you want to drink, and you can drink with one of those tops on, but the problem is you cannot find your mouth. You have no memory of where your mouth is. You want to drink, but the harder you try to find your mouth, the more you can't find it. The harder you try, the more you can't find it. Try and take a drink of water. Try and take a drink. Okay. Harder you try, the more you can't find your mouth. Harder you try, the more you can't. Try it again. Very good. Try it again, a little bit harder. Try again. Okay, maybe it's lower. Try again. Now, if the speeches, the workshops, the motivational efforts, the seminars have not worked to your satisfaction, isn't it time you moved into another dimension? Our programs enable people to move beyond their fears. Our programs enable people to move beyond their limited thinking. My name is Bob Crow. I've been working with salespeople for 27 years. I'd like the opportunity to help you with yours. Give me a call and we'll visit about it. The number appears on the screen below.